Hey guys, what's up? It's Munkle Zonky and welcome back to Condemned to PVM. So it has been months and months and months since the last episode in this series, and I did say I was going to keep going with it this summer, and I made true on that promise. I've been doing some PVM, and I finally got another pet drop after many hours spent looking for one, and so that means it's time for a new episode. So since it has been so long since the last episode in the series, if you don't know what's going on, if you're new, I will have a link to the playlist of the series on screen in the description, and you can check that out if you're interested. But essentially, it's going for every drop from every boss, including and mostly focusing on the pets. So of course, since a new episode is being made, it means a pet drop was obtained, so let's go ahead and look at some of the boss kills that I did and see what pet I got. Okay, so the pet that I was going for, and we start off with 150 million constitution when I first went back to these bosses, is the Lijo pets. So what I decided to do is that it was probably a good idea to go for Lijo pets, just because I already had a signet in my bank, and I had to get 11 more signets because I did make 2 Ascension crossbows during this video. I believe I had a signet left over from a Slayer task I did at Lijo's or something along those lines, but I said, you know what, these are some of the faster pets to get because the base drop rate is 1 in 1,000, and considering how quickly you can kill the Lijos, because they don't have a lot of HP, they go down fairly fast, that's not too rare for a pet. And also once you reach the threshold, which is 1,200 kills, then the drop rate goes to 2 in 1,000, or essentially 1 in 500. So the pets are still rare, but compared to a lot of the other pets, they take a lot less time to get. And I wanted to get a pet out of the way and done, so I decided to do this. And as I said, I did make 2 Ascension crossbows, and the way that Lijos are set up with the keystones, you're very unlikely to make money. It is possible to profit, but you have to get really, really lucky in order to do so. And it seemed like I was going to go that way for a while because I got a lot of signets very quickly, all in fast succession, and a lot of the PMs that I was getting were people getting so mad because I was getting all these signet drops. But unfortunately, that wasn't actually me getting a lot of signet drops very quickly. It was more me going on really long dry streaks, and then all of the drops were clumped together near the same time. So unfortunately, I did not profit. I actually lost a fairly substantial amount of money making 2 Ascension crossbows, but we'll see how much that is when we get into selling the crossbows. But I got 11 signets in the past couple weeks or so, just occasionally going there, and then finally we got a pet on Lijo Tertius. I got Corrupted Ascension Signet 3, so that's the pet for Tertius, and he's one of the more annoying bosses to kill as well, so it's cool to get that pet out of the way fairly quickly, although of course if I want to make more Ascension crossbows in the future, if I keep going for these pets, I'll still have to kill Lijo Tertius anyway, but it's nice just getting that one out of the way. So there's the first Ascension pet done, and feels really awesome to finally get another pet drop after, I believe, 4.5 months was the last one, so that's really cool. So here's Lijo Tertiolus. He is the first out of 6 pets if this series ever gets completed. One day I will have 6 pets in total, and he has some pretty funny dialogue. And also I got him on kill 1,025, so right about smack on the average, because the average is 1 in 1,000. And I'm also getting very close to that threshold, which is 1,200 kills, which will make them much, much more common. So I'll definitely be going back to Legions if I get Ascension member tasks in the future, but I don't know if I'll specifically go and grind out a Lijo boss anytime soon. But definitely this is a really, really good thing to do if you have an Ascension task anyway, because they are pretty good Slayer XP, really, really good charms. Unfortunately, you lose money, but there is the pet chance, and that's why you'd want to go there anyway, is to kill the pets, but these are definitely really good to kill while on Slayer task. Okay, so now it's time to see how much money I lost. Unlike all the other bosses in-game, or most of the other bosses in-game that is, with the Legion pets, you're most likely going to lose money getting them. So as I said earlier, I did make 2 Ascension crossbows in this video. I had 1 signet in the bank, and then I got a total of 11 signets while specifically hunting for a pet. So I spent 265.5 million getting these 12 signets total, and I also had to spend 21.5 million buying the 2 dragon crossbows, because every single dragon crossbow is needed to make an Ascension crossbow, and that's just kind of the way it is, and it makes dragon crossbows useful, so I'm all for it. But I did make 2 Ascension crossbows, and they sold for 111 mil each, so if we count up all of that, I lost 65 mil before taking into account all the regular drops from Legion, so all the Serenic scales and rune plate bodies and stuff like that. So in my experience, you typically get around 10 mil. I did not keep track, I'll admit it. I just lost count of all the stuff that I got exactly from Legions because it got mixed up with the other stuff in my drops tab. But usually you get around 10 mil in regular drops every single Ascension crossbow, so we can estimate this at about 45 million loss in getting this Legion pet, which is actually pretty good. It's not terribly dry and it's not terribly lucky. That's right around the average that you can expect when making Ascension crossbows, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the average drop rate of the pet and the average amount of money loss on actually making the crossbows themselves as well. Okay, so we did also redo the boss pets progress sheet, so this is the new thing. I put all of the pets on one page, as well as added Barry, Malroy, and Bommy. Originally, I did not have those added because I thought it was just highly unlikely that I would ever get those pets, and that's still the case, but we're going to add them on the sheet anyway, just to have all the boss pets in the game that you can see right here. So we'll be adding a new one, and Lijo Tertius, he is now on the sheet, and we're up to 3 pets, KBD pet, Dagonoth Rex pet, and Lijo Tertius pet. And my goal for the next episode is for one, to get it out within the next month, and not have a 4.5 month break between episodes like this one and the last one, and also to get a God Wars Dungeon pet. I'm going to be going for God Wars Dungeon because I haven't had a pet there, either on my main account or my Iron Man. I think it would be really cool. It's high time to get a God Wars Dungeon pet by now, so that's going to be the goal for next episode. So that's going to do it for this Condemned to PVM episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and thanks for your patience in the immense amount of time it took to get this episode out. But I must say that since it's summertime and I have a lot more free time, I have been doing some PVMing, and also, never fear, Iron Man is still by far the priority for me and for this channel. However, the main reason why I'm going for pets is because sometimes I do really AFK things on the Iron Man, like for example, right now I'm training some prayer, and while I'm doing that, I can easily go to God Wars Dungeon on my main account and try to get a pet or something like that. So that's going to be the plan for the future, but I'll see you guys next time. Let's have our fingers crossed that that next pet comes hopefully fairly soon, and it's not going to be a multiple month wait. But until that happens, I'll see you guys next time. Farewell.